All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. And to all the first-time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. And to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watched this video and to stay tuned on in because we got a lot to cover. So the first thing is S&P 500 reached newer highs than we've seen before. So after a big correction or drop here that we were watching till 3,700, it started to pull upwards. And now we're sitting at 39.74, slightly above 39.50, which was our previous highs. Now, that's thanks to Jerome Powell easing things and making things look from an optimistic perspective and outlook. Now, what I want every single investor and viewer to be aware of, if you were not watching my videos when I went ahead and stated that we could see a slight correction here and pullback and so forth, that all my indicators were showing, and no one knows the bottom, but we need to watch it carefully. As we were going down, I was telling every single investor, this is the time to be aware of the stocks that you like, the stocks that you always wanted, the stocks that had a price that was beyond your expectations or your type of limit to say that they were overvalued or anything like that. And things were coming back down to a fair value, quote unquote, or even below that, undervalued if you really were bullish on the stock. And I was telling everyone that the inverse of these circles is the bottoms, and these are the points that you want to look at as a hawk. You want to be a hawk ready to strike all these opportunities. As the market was going down, I was building my positions, and I was telling every single investor, and even if the market went lower, right, I was going to keep on building my positions because whatever comes down must come back up. But obviously, you want to know what stocks you're in. You need to be in stocks that you understand. I always say that, and this is not financial advice, and I'm not telling anyone to buy, sell, or hold any positions on any stocks, but I am here to share with you guys my opinions and enlighten you guys on what I've learned about the market after so many years of being in it and studying it. And when the stock market is falling, everyone starts to be hesitant and starts to question their own positions if they're coming back down to break even or actually becoming unprofitable, and they're coming at a loss. And when you're questioning your positions, then that's a stock you probably didn't understand from the start, or you shouldn't have been in. And this is not to offend anyone. I'm not telling anyone how to, strategically go ahead and position themselves, but I am here to enlighten you guys. And that's what I try to do. And I want every single investor to learn, whether you're experienced, you're learning, a beginner, there's always something new to learn or something to hear to open up your perspective. So as the stock market was going down, this is the beginning of the next bull run. Every single time you see a pullback, it's the beginning of the next bull run. Look at the chart, how many times it pulled back. And in every single pullback, what happened? It ran up. It pulled back. It ran up. Pulled back. It ran up. So when you look at it microscopically, every single pullback is the beginning of the next bull run. Every single pullback is the beginning of the next bull run. Now, the point is to watch carefully how it's pulling back. Now, this pullback, even though it had little bull runs in it, this is what I would call the war. And the war is actually bigger than this. The war would be something like the size of this whole entire chart. But let's look at it from, this is the macro and these little movements are micro. So this is the war, this big, big, big drop here from up here to here. And these little movements are the battles. Okay, it's okay to lose one battle or two, but what you want to do is win the war. And as it was going down, this is victory here of the war from this point to this point. So the bigger portions are wars, the little movements are battles. You always want to look at the war. The war is the bigger picture. But every time there's a pullback, that's the beginning of the next run. Now, sometimes there's pullbacks that last a little bit longer and this and that, and I completely understand it, but you want to be prepared and aware always. So let's go ahead and look at this, and we're going to talk about a article that I read and I found to be the most simple, straight to the point when it comes to what the Federal Reserve stated, how we've hit newer highs, and why we can continue this upward trend even though there might be slight corrections and volatility, which is going to be pretty crazy. We might see something like this before the next run. I do want you guys to be aware of that. Like, we might hit newer highs and all of a sudden come back down. I'm not saying we might end up back here. We could retest it, but I do know that for a fact that we will have volatility. I want you guys to be prepared for that and aware. But in the long term, I believe that as we go into the rest of the year, stocks are going to keep going in this direction. The overall market is, but it's going to be volatile. You know, it's going to have its peaks, its spikes, its downs, its ups, but it's going to keep pushing upwards in a very slow fashion. Not as fast as this happened, not as fast as this went down. It's just going to be a slow fashion, but there will be points that things could get very volatile, like we saw here in a very short period of time of 1 month and 2 weeks of an uptrend and downtrend, because of the fact that inflation might be coming and they're going to kind of just ease it in, allow it to do its thing, and they're going to kind of look at it as like a speed bump. You got to get over it, and then once you pass over it, you move forward, and then it's smooth sailing after that, or hopefully it's smooth sailing. That's what they're expecting. So let's go ahead and see here what this article is. So Jerome Powell's speech today, 5 key takeaways from the Federal Reserve. They basically say Jerome Powell waved his magic wand and gave investors a bit more confidence today. And you can see it in the markets. And the confidence has came way before the meeting. You could see it from way down here when we finally saw. And when you see this, institutional investors and retail investors are seeing indicators. And that's why it started to run back up, because it looked like the point of a reversal. Now, could the reversal hold itself up? That's why Jerome Powell came to wave his magic wand. So these are the 5 key takeaways. So they went ahead and stated that they're going to maintain near zero rates over the next 3 years, aligning with experts' predictions. This is not surprising, but gives investors more insight that the rate increase is likely not coming until 2024. So a lot of investors are still skeptical. They don't have all the trust. They're having trust issues with this. They think that near zero rates are going to end sooner than 2024. But Jerome Powell and the Fed basically came to say, yo, we've been saying it for a while. It's not going to happen. It could happen temporarily. They have stated something like that. Or we might have to look into it again, but we will announce it ahead of time. They're going to let everyone know ahead of time, like months before or weeks before. So I don't think they're just going to have it spike up out of nowhere. If anything, it'll ease its way into newer rates and newer highs. But, you know, the increase for real is not coming till 2024, which, if we go through all the turbulence of inflation in the near term and, you know, all the things moving forward towards the end of the year, we have to also see in September, we just had stimulus get passed, how things are going to react, how the market's going to react to no more stimulus if there isn't any more after September, and the overall economy, how is it going to react? And after we get through all that turbulence and there's really no increase in rates till 2024, we might have a bull run from 2022 all the way to 2024 or 2023. That's something to remember. But, you know, we need to still see if they can keep their promises to this and if this doesn't change out of nowhere in the next coming months. So Jerome Powell also said that the economic recovery we have seen thus far is due to low rates and other unprecedented monetary actions, which is basically what they've been doing, which is buying bonds, selling bonds, and all that fun stuff behind the scenes. He said because of this, the Fed plans to maintain its accommodative policy until it meets employment and inflation goals. So they want basically inflation to slightly hike up but stay there. They're not trying to make it spike up and just run to the sky. They want it to just kind of level off, hit a point where it can kind of sit there, and I see that to be anywhere between 1.5 to 2.0 of inflation, or maybe a little bit higher. We might see like a spike above 2.0 and then it'll like cool off. They're basically expecting that, and they want unemployment to be to its maximum, you know. As a reminder, Powell said that Federal Reserve seeks to reach maximum employment in the United States and stable prices. So they basically want employment to become maximized, right, to the most in the United States, which will hike up inflation temporarily, and prices might go up, but then they want them to stabilize. Okay, so there's just two ways that I'm seeing this. If inflation was to go up and prices were to go up, when they say stable, I think that that's what they want us to get used to, or hopefully they come back down to what we expect to be stable. There's two ways to look at that wording. That stable prices could, Let's say, you know, something that was usually $1.50 jumps up to $2. You know, when we say stable, we want it back to 150, 170 and kind of just stay there. They might just say, well, we wanted to jump up to $2 and stay there and don't move upwards. And if it comes downwards, even better, but not to jump too high. So that's what they mean by stable prices, in my opinion. You can read into it how you want, but I think that they're really trying to force everyone to get used to those stable prices of whatever that definition is. Unless I'm incorrect and it comes right back down, and that's even better. In regards to inflation, Powell said that he anticipates inflation to go above the 2% target in the near term. However, this is in order to keep an average of 2% in the long term, which he says is key to economic health. So his goal is for inflation to go above 2% in the near term, which is what I just stated, but he wants it to keep an average of 2% in the long term. So basically, he sees it being 2% year over year. He doesn't want it to go higher than that. We could see a temporary hike for a few months above 2%, but he doesn't see that any longer than that. And then Powell also shared optimism regarding economic growth. He sees key industries improving and is encouraging Americans to wear masks, get vaccinated, and social distance to further that recovery. So this one has to do more about the recovery of getting out of the pandemic, but overall economic growth, he sees it in many different sectors. But there's also the key catch here. You want to remember, a lot of sectors are revolutionizing and innovating, right? And they need to adapt to the new changes. So there's some that are going to stay behind and some that are going to grow. So make sure what stocks you're in aren't the old past time type of stocks, and start looking for more innovative stocks that have to do with the growth of the economy. But there are stocks that were kind of stagnant that hopefully they can get saved and get out of that. And again, that's not financial advice. I just want you guys to be aware of where economic growth could be going. And it's going to be to a lot new sectors that we're not used to in the past because of the fact that there's a lot of changes happening. You know, the markets are ever changing. They're always adapting. And as investors, we need to move with it. If not, we're going to miss the next bull runs and opportunities. As always, guys, I hope you guys found this video helpful and informative. And if you found it worthwhile, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to click on the bell. Turn on all notifications. And don't forget to hit the like button because it helps out the YouTube channel. Share it with your friends and community. And thank you guys so much for watching. And let's make some money.